You know, Spook, Bill and I have really advocated for QDMA and the Quality Deer Management Association for, a number of years, and just the way that we bow hunt, and we've worked with, Randy and the QDMA group, over the past several years with stickemarchery.com, and I don't know if a lot of bow hunters or archers have in the past really, embraced the whole philosophy and approach of QDMA. And really what it boils down to is it's a management approach that allows, an individual to produce healthier deer herds, a more balanced sex ratio of bucks to does, and really, an increased herd of older bucks, to be able to, to harvest. And, I really want to get your perspective, and I know you've had, a long history of managing deer, and just walk us through kind of your approach.
Okay, well, I was fortunate enough to be introduced to QDMA over 20 years ago by Grant Woods, and through the years, I was just so excited the first time I heard about it, because I was at a point in my hunting career where I wanted to take it to another level, and kind of thanks to them, I did. That's when I first started, really getting serious about passing up deer, improving the habitat through other ways other than just food plots. And they introduced me to a lot of that through the years, and which is what I think has been a huge part of my success. What's in this room and in this house with, over, probably 75 deer mounted here, that is through the quality deer management. And I can remember, so well, when I came back and I'm telling guys, my buddies about it, and I'm so excited. I'm like, golly, guys, we passed that. And they're looking at me like I'm crazy. Yep. And it's been really cool seeing, quality deer management progress through the years to where a guy's not just thinking about numbers anymore, but he actually is thinking about quality. And watching that evolution has been awesome. And a lot of that, huge part of that's attributed to QDMA.
The thing about stickemarchery.com is that, we are dedicating ourselves to providing quality information dedicated to archery and to bow hunting. And with that, we want to align ourselves with organizations that take a same kind of approach in providing quality information and dedicated to helping individuals in their area of expertise. And that's just what the Quality Deer Management Association is. And you know what, we're proud to advocate for them, because they stand for what we all want to accomplish. And it's just a matter of, I think, taking the time to understand. And I think, the reality is folks have probably misinterpreted it to some degree. Maybe even the bow hunter and the archer, really what they're all about. And and I feel good about saying, hey, take an opportunity to understand their approach, the fundamentals, the information that they provide, because their intent is to help produce better quality deer herds, to ultimately help all of us do what we want to do, and that's to shoot as big of a buck as we possibly can. And in Bill and I's case, and in your case, we just want to do it with the bow.
Yeah. Well, a bow hunter, or just a hunter in general, is cutting themselves short by not, looking to see what QDMA has to offer.
You know what? When you think about the building blocks of QDM that they really focus on, it's herd management, it's habitat management, it's hunter management, and it's herd monitoring. And I think when it comes to those things collectively, the habitat management is probably the first thing that comes to mind, and that's putting in food plots and and providing a great nutritional food source. But one of the things that I think often gets overlooked or kind of gets skipped is that herd management, and part of that is letting those younger bucks walk, and that's hard to do, especially as bow hunters. But Spook, I know that that's something that you have really embraced, and something Bill and I have embraced over the years. But it pays off. It's hard to do, but it pays off.
A buck can't get up to be 5 or 6 years old if you don't let him grow.
Yep.
So it's painful sometimes, and you take that chance on letting a buck that's a nice buck, but he has those genetics and that potential to be a super buck someday. And you just got to build up and prepare yourself mentally to let those kind of deer walk by, and it's going to pay off. And also, working hard to keep your doe numbers down, try to keep some type of ratio intact. It's as good as possible according to what your area is. And those are two key parts to raising big bucks and quality deer management.
When you think about, the building blocks of QDM, and that is, monitoring the herd. And that's hard sometimes because, you may not have the resources or you may not have the time, but, it can have great value. I know that's something that you do take the time to do, and it's paid off for you over the years.
Right. Well, anytime, every herd is different in every state, every area, and so there's different rules that apply. But that's a good way of figuring out your buck-doe ratio. Also figuring out, are there some bucks in my herd structure that need taken out? Maybe they're only 2 or 3 years old, but maybe they have a poor genetic quality that's not what you're looking for. A lot of 2 and 3 and 4-year-old 6 and 7 pointers, even maybe 8 pointers that are 4 with dwarf G2s or something like that. And you can, those are good bucks to take out as management bucks, take out of the herd for the kids to shoot.
Things that I've always loved to do, and just like you said, Spook, is you can go in there and you can still shoot some bucks, but you can go on more of what you call your cull bucks, or what you're not wanting in the herd, and that's majorly important. I mean, here you are wanting to grow bucks. It doesn't mean you don't shoot any bucks.
Right.
You need to be selective on what.
Well, just like this buck right here that just came out while we're standing here talking. Yep. I mean, something's wrong with that buck. He's been hit by a car or something's wounded. So, I mean, there's a prime example right here while we're talking about it.
Yep.
Quality deer management. We're going to take that. That's going to be one of the deer on the top of our hit list to get out of the herd this year here on my personal farm.
Absolutely. Talking about hop along is a great example of, quality deer management, and
right.
one part of it taking out a wounded animal. You know what? But where the rubber meets the road is taking the time to join and becoming a member of QDMA. We're members of QDMA. We believe in the philosophy. We practice philosophy. We may not do everything to the nth degree, but that doesn't mean that you're not practicing QDM. And I think that's probably a misconception, is that unless you embrace everything, you can't do it. Well, that's not the case.
Right. You got to have fun with it, and it's fun being a part of it, learning the new. There's always new things coming. That they're finding out scientifically.
Absolutely.
And they're all going to help you raise a better herd on your personal farm or ranch. And it's just cool to be a part of it.
Absolutely. So again, I really encourage folks to go to QDMA.com, become a member, and just get access to all the resources like we do.
The education that you can receive, and it's one of those things, it does nothing but help.